Good morning. This is Proverbs again. And today's going to be a little rough because it's going to really kind of hurt a lot of people's idea about who God is. God, they just want to see the loving side, the loving and caring and compassionate and merciful and graceful side of God that is certainly there. But it's not all of who God is. So we're going to start, and we're actually going to do two verses today because of the way it goes here, but we're starting here in verse 26. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind. It's a tornado, by the way. When distress and anguish cometh upon you. So, we talked about in the last couple of verses, he asked us to turn his reproof. To turn. He said, look, here's correction. I'm giving you correction. You need to turn at this. You need to turn and do right. You're doing wrong. I'm correcting you. Now turn and do right. That's what God's saying. Sorry, I'm still dealing with illness. But it says, because I have called, and ye refused. You said, nope, I'm not going to do it. Okay, you're correcting me, fine. But I'm not going to do it. You refuse. I stretched out my hand, and nobody regarded. No man regarded. I put out my hand to help you. And you just said, and you acted like it wasn't even there. Well, then when the time comes when you have a need, when you need him because you have a calamity, you have that thing happen to you where your world is now falling apart, where everything's falling around you. You know, there's that verse that I've mentioned a few times before. Be not deceived, God is not mocked. Whatsoever a man soweth, that he shall also reap. So, when you ignore God, you ignore his correction. When he tells you things like, he hates divorce. When he tells you that we need to stay, to forsake not the assembly. It says he's going to laugh at your calamity when it comes. He's going to mock when that fear comes. And when that destruction comes, he's not going to help. He's going to laugh about it. It's a hard thing to understand, hard thing to believe, but that's what God's word says.